It is so exciting to bring you the PFL and Bellator draft. The last time we did one of these drafts for UK MMA, it was one of the most fun podcasts I think we've ever done. And we've had this plan for quite a while, ever since the Bellator sale was up in the air, and that feels like forever ago. So basically, the initial idea of this podcast will be that me, Corley, Jake, and Steve are all going to pick 10 Bellator fighters in a draft, kind of if we had our own little PFL subsections, who we would want fighting under our brand. And that is the basic plan. Do you guys, I mean, without, pulling back the curtain too much, I know that some of you didn't prepare whilst me and someone else did. So my first kind of intro was going to be, what was your guys' thought process? Have you got anything in mind for where you want to go? But after listening to some of Corley's potential candidates, I know that is not true.
I was the one who prepared with you. Can't believe this.
Oh.
No. We're going in.
So as I mentioned before we started recording, I've got a little bit more high tech from the scraps of paper that we used last time. However, not high tech enough to put it on the screen. So you will have to bear with this random wheel generator glaring off of this light. So, but I promise you can see there are 4 colors. I haven't cheated and put myself on there 3 times. I don't know how that would help me in any way, but just so we're clear, right? Okay, I'm going to do the first bit. This is who goes first.
Oh. Wait,
I don't know what color is what person, so hopefully
blue?
You should see this flash
is that
up.
Blue?
That's green.
I can't see.
I don't know why
oh my god!
Corley, for dedicated VM fans, remember
Dada 5000.
Yeah, this is your second straight draft going first.
This is Corley's second time in a row going first. Your dedicated fans will remember that in the UK MMA draft, he picked Don Wooding first, with the option of UFC World Champions. He stuck to his guns.
But hey, it paid off in the long run. Well, yet to be seen, but
that makes things very exciting. And also I should state that the format we're going in is it will go Corley to the 4th person, and then the 4th person will get 2 picks in a row, and then we go backwards back to Corley. So that if you don't get the last pick, you're not just you do get some benefit in going last.
I would rather have gone last then in this case.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, mate. It's happened twice in a row.
When it was back.
Oh yeah, it will, won't it? I was going to say.
I need to turn I'm not cheating. I'm just turning the brightness down so you can actually see that.
He's changed it.
Oh, I think that's just about Steve. Okay, so Steve is second. I believe that's the same as last time as well.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like...
I was Corley, Steve, me, Kyle.
Well, I've changed the way I do it so that there's no... if I could cheat the system some way, that would be incredible.
Not a very good job if you have.
But I'm using 2 different...
Take the best guy again. Let's be real.
Oh,
and it's Jake going 3rd, which is
exactly
the same format as last time. And also, weirdly, we never landed on the same name twice, which I thought was definitely going to happen. So, all right, I guess that whole thing was pointless. We could have just used the same format from last time. But
are you ready for this?
We need to bump up the time for fucking ad revenue. That's all. Here we go. There's 3 minutes to start.
Okay, right. I'm just making a note of everybody and the running order so that I do not forget, and so that I can note down all of your picks.
Just channeling in the Zen.
Channel it into a fucking pint.
Fucking good pint at that rate, Jake. My train was cancelled this morning, so I sunk 2, and then the train didn't turn up, so I just had another 2 and went home. What can you do? When life gives you grapes, give it Guinness, baby. If that's the saying, don't even know.
Nah, it is now. Verbal money exclusive.
Something about grapes and apples and shit. And...
I cannot wait to find out who this first pick is for Corley.
Great.
I feel like unlike the UK MMA draft,
pick.
the UK MMA draft, there was realistically like 2 names you were going to pick, right? It was going to be Leon Loughnane
or Don Wooding.
Or Tom winning, of course.
He was a Cage Warriors champion at the time. I don't see the problem.
I
I don't
don't
see the issue.
was.
I don't
No,
even know if he was
he
signed to
was.
PFL at the time.
He was in PFL.
Oh, was he?
I don't even know if he was signed to PFL at the time.
No, he wasn't, but he wasn't champion.
Oh, did he just lose to Mark? Well, still, back the boys, back the boys, back the boys.
Yeah.
And if anyone is looking for a good gym in Croydon to go and train at, there is a very exclusive gym I've heard about. It's called VM Academy. If you'd like to go there and train, please do. Didn't mean to throw that on the floor, but I did. But yeah, anyway, quick ad, bang. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh,
You're
fuck.
fast.
Molly's first pick.
Oh,
This is
my
very exciting.
my pick number 1 is, drumroll please, Arlene Blanco. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Rewind.
That was really close to writing that down.
No. Johnny Eblin.
Yeah.
No, you're all fucking shocked, aren't you? I thought he was going to say it. No. Johnny boy. He might have just beat Fabian a bit, and it wasn't very good to watch. It was a bit of a horrible, traumatic experience. But he did, and that is why he's got me picked. Because otherwise, it was going to be Fabian. Aiden Lee's no longer with Bellator, so he couldn't have been number 1. So, yeah, that's how I'm
Also,
going.
why would he?
Pardon?
Also, why would he?
Why do you mean,
No.
why would it? God, Steve. If you just can't handle the heat of these picks. I'm sorry if I'm taking your pick straight away. Do you know what I mean? Out in
You're not,
in the
I
list
have him
there,
at-
Steve.
You're
but-
not. I have him at number 3. So
Oh, fair
I'm fine
plays.
with this.
Fair plays. But yeah, Johnny Eblin.
I think Johnny Eblin would have been, if I had the number 1 pick, I think I would have picked Eblin. I've been weighing it up because I think there's
Yeah.
a couple of guys you could pick top, but Eblin was going to be the one I was leaning slightly
Yeah.
towards.
I
I
had
should
someone
have
else in
moved
mind,
you
but
guys
lost.
around so that we have the right order. Let me move Cordy over there. There you go. Okay. All right, moving on to Steve for pick number 2.
Okay, so Corley, surprising us all and picking the best middleweight in the world, in my opinion. Who
I'm
would
going to
have seen
start
that?
writing this name before you say it, by the way. That's
Yeah,
how
you,
sure I am.
yeah, you can. Yeah, I am gonna pick the man who I believe is the best bantamweight in the world.
Oh,
the new
Oh.
Bellator bantamweight champion, one half of the best power couple in MMA. Patchy
Oh,
Mix.
jeez.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll
Great
send some
pick.
shots off.
Is that the name you were writing, Kyle?
Yeah. I'd already written Patchy down, and then I was like, when you started saying it, I was like, please say bantamweight, otherwise I haven't got enough room. So,
That's a good pick, that Steve. That was a good pick.
Yeah.
Pressure's on, Jake.
Shit. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say one of the best, if not possibly the best, light heavyweight in the world.
Oh,
Vadim Nemkov.
tactical.
I wanted fucking Mix. I thought Steve was gonna take Nemkov and I was gonna be able to get Mix.
See, I'll be honest. It was a mix between 3,
A mix.
and you guys have taken my 3rd. Yeah, literally. But Mix was the top of the list, and you 3 took it. But then I changed last minute. I thought, oh no, I'll throw our Johnny kids in there. Yeah. Don't know who Carl's. Oh, I do know who Carl's going to pick now. I think.
yeah, interestingly,
I think it's between 2.
Interestingly, I think well, luckily I get 2 picks in a row, so maybe I'll name
Shit.
both of them.
Oh, drama.
I think that it was quite obvious to me, at least, that there were 4 front runners. You guys have named 3 of them, and to me there is another one of the very impressive world champions in Bellator that hasn't been named. I'm taking Usman Nurmagomedov. I know that he's suspended right now, but it's fine. He'll be back. He's only out for 6 months. He didn't get stripped of the title. We're all good. So I'm going to take Usman. And I'm torn between 2, but I think if I'm being unbiased, because there's one fighter who is one of my favorite fighters on the roster, and then there's another guy who I think is the more logical pick. So I'm going to go for the logical pick, and I'm going to take probably the best homegrown star that Bellator produced, AJ McKee.
Oh,
Damn it.
Shit.
wasn't even in my top 10. Ha.
When I started saying his name, were you like, he's going to take AJ? What's his name? The Birmingham fighter that you mentioned like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, don't say Aiden Lee. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
Lee.
don't say Aiden Lee. Don't break my heart. My keep breaking heart.
Back to me. This
Is it not Kyle again? Kyle gets 2 in a row, doesn't he?
He had
Usman and AJ.
Silly me. Sorry.
Shit. This is tough. I'm gonna say Kyoji Horiguchi. I think in terms of flyweight and bantamweight talent, very fucking impressive. But I'm gonna take him primarily as a flyweight, because if I was taking him as a bantamweight, if I was taking other good bantamweights, I should stop giving people ideas on who to pick. So yeah, Horiguchi all the way. Anyone else's pick sucks.
I kind of agree. I really like Horiguchi, to be fair.
Of course, he was meant to be he was supposed to be fighting for the inaugural flyweight title as well, and then the fight didn't happen. But you can launch a division straight off the bat with him. So
exactly.
All right, Steve, second pick.
Horiguchi's a good pick. I have him down at 16th. I have him down at 16th on my list. So I'm not.
I'm going to start writing a name again.
Slander.
That's how confident I am.
Okay.
Steve's got a power 25 over there, just stacked to crit.
You're more confident than I am. I'm not 100% sure which way to go. I've kind of got.
Oh, okay.
4.
In that case, I will stop writing a name.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a second champion, and I'm gonna take the first woman to be picked on the draft. The legendary, the one, the only, Chris Cyborg.
Oh no!
Couldn't have gone.
No, I could have never seen it coming. Shit! I'm really starting to run out of fucking people here. You're just savaging my list.
I haven't even begun this list yet. Just don't even realize. Wait, is it my turn now?
Yeah. You got 2.
Two picks.
So I thought really long and hard about this, and I've decided he is one of my favourite welterweights in the world. He's really fun, he's really cool, he's really groovy, and his name is Jason Jackson. Woo! Fanfare, confetti goes everywhere, boom, all that good shit. But yeah, Jason Jackson's a cool motherfucker, man, and if he's just ruthless, isn't he? Really cool, man. I like watching Jason Jackson fights. He's really fun. And of course, my next pick is arguably the second best lightweight on the Bellator roster, in my humble opinion. This man has done wonders in the cage. He's done spinning shit, normal shit, standing shit, grappling shit, ground shit, every type of shit. This man's name is feared in the wilds of Dagestan. It's feared in the jungles of Rio de Janeiro. It's feared in the streets of Dublin Island. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tim Wilde, baby! Woo! Yeah, Tim Wilde's getting my third pick. Big up Tim Wilde. Sorry,
my poster was so shocked at that pick that it fell out.
So sorry. I didn't realize how loud it was until I saw my door like shake a little bit, and I thought, oh, like Jack Black
running wild in the draft.
You know it, honestly. But yeah, Tim Wilde going crazy with it. I'm going crazy with it.
Tim Wilde was one of the ones that was quite low down on my list, but he's like one of those.
He was on your list.
Salty.
I have to see the list has a lot of names on it, but he was like one of those ones where I was like, if I can pick him up right at the end, I'll be very happy with that. But those are the ones that Corley grabs before anyone else can. So,
well,
it is
sorry, I've dropped. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that before I break something.
All right, we are back round to Steve.
Okay. So now it's a bit tricky.
Because I picked Tim Wilde, see you there, acting all smooth and calm.
See, I was going to take him. I was going to take him and just, damn it.
Terrible.
I think no matter what, the rest of these guys are probably going to get picked before it comes down to my next go. And you took one of the fighters I wanted in terms of homegrown guys, so I'm going to take another one. I'm going to take Aaron Pico.
Oh, that's
shit! Oh, he was actually quite high up on my list. I thought I was going to be able to sneak him out.
Oh yeah, I have him at 8 on my list.
Shit. Okay. I'm going to go with a top lightweight.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Shabbily.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Hinkster's going to spank me, bro.
I thought you were going for Shabbily.
I was just about to start writing it when you started that thing. And then when you kept going on about Dagestan, Brazil. I was like, I don't know where you're going with this. Like,
It was a good
just say
sell.
Chablis. We all know it's Chablis, but
It was a good sell. It was a good sell. No, Chablis
Yeah,
was
I
next.
thought it was Chablis. I was starting to worry. I was starting to like.
It was literally Chablis and Tim Wilde was at the like towards the bottom of my list, and I thought, you know what, let's just spice it up. So I Tim Wilded it, and now Chablis gone, and I just regret my whole decision. I might just cut that bit out and throw a bit of me in saying Chablis, and then yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, but no, fair play.
okay.
Oh.
I'm surprised that to be fair, you've all said good picks, so I shouldn't be that surprised. But I am somewhat surprised that this name wasn't taken after I had to pass on it in going for AJ McKee. I'm gonna take Ralphion Stotts, who is one of my favorite players.
He was one of the guys I was debating with Pico.
Yeah, he's a guy that I had right next to Pico in my list.
Yeah, same.
So
Awesome
entertaining,
Awesome.
and just great value for money on the roster. I'm also gonna go for, there's a couple of names here, which again I've got thinking like Steve, where I've got like 3 or 4 names and I can't imagine I'm gonna get a second go at them. So
Yeah.
got to think carefully. I believe all of my top picks I wanted are now gone. I'm gonna take one that I think has had the shine take off of him a fair bit. And I can't imagine a world in which he doesn't come back and get everyone talking about him.
Yeah,
again. So
I know where you're going with this one.
Yaroslav Amosov is a weird one.
Yeah,
Because if we had done this draft like 2 months ago, he would have been, I think, one of the picks in the first 4, maybe 5.
He would have been my number 1.
He would have been mine.
Yeah.
But like, I don't blame Corley for taking Jason Jackson, because that's just how good Jason Jackson looked in that performance. But I can't imagine a world where Amosov doesn't come back and look like an absolute beast again. So Yaroslav Amosov is going in the list.
I was debating for this pick. I was going to go with someone until I realized there's another person on this list who holds a very dominant win over that person, so I should go with them. I'm going to go with Sergio Pettis.
Good pick.
Tasty pick.
Yeah, I think that internal debate you just had, Jake, is the same one I had before deciding to go with Amosov, because I was like, there's no way those 2 guys are still in by the time it gets back round. Will Steve take the other person?
Who's the other person?
I don't want to give it away, but
I get so intense when you guys say stuff. It's like, what have you got the other guy? I'm thinking, what other guy are they on about? I don't have a clue.
From what Jake said, but I don't want to repeat it, because if you haven't thought of him for some reason, I don't want to then give it to you, kind of thing.
You can do if you want.
No, when on my last pick, the 3 I was thinking of, and the 2 I didn't think were going to get back round to me were Ralphion Stotts and Yaroslav Amosov. So thanks, guys. Do I go for a guy who is a little bit under the radar because he's killing it over in Japan, or a legend of Bellator? This is my debate.
I know who you're going to pick. I think I know both of your picks. And I'm very, very, very upset if it's either one, to be honest.
Okay.
Sorry, I've realised I've still got this on there. Sorry.
I am a bit hesitant here because I think he's a little bit past his prime, but I'm going to take Patricio Pitbull.
Yeah. I was gonna go for him, and then I realized Pettis, like 50-45 them not very long ago. So at bantamweight, admittedly, but I can't really look past that.
I'm not gonna look too much into Pitbull at bantamweight. The guy fought a lightweight.
I know he was lightweight champion, and honestly, it's a miracle he made 135.
Yeah.
All right, 2 picks from Corley coming up before we go back to Steve.
So I want Juan Archuleta. Straight off. I like Juan. Juan's a cool guy. I've never met the man, but I'm sure he's a cool guy. So just off that basis, I think that's, I don't even care if he can fight or fight. I think he just looks like a cool guy. So give it to him. I wanted to get a bit homegrown on the next one. I don't think I've picked any, wild picks or anything. I think they've been quite safe.
I mean, you've literally picked
literally picked Tim Wilde.
I'm a master of the puns, baby. Don't hate on me. I'm so smooth. So I want to go a bit homegrown with it, I wanted to go a bit, bit jiggy with it. Instead of being Sister Sledge, I wanted to go to Earth, Wind and Fire. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to juggle it over a bit. I didn't know which hand to do what then. I'm going to go Kasan Magomed Sharipov.
Fuck!
He's a groovy guy. He's 9-0. Did he get a sub in his last fight? I could be chatting the purest of shite, but I think he got a sub in his last fight. He's been doing all right. And he's a cool guy. I don't know if he's a cool guy again. Never met him, but yeah, he's a crazy, crazy man from around the way.
He was going to be my little sneaky pick because I've seen him fight twice this year, and he's so good. And it's just honestly, I'm kind of raging now that he is actually in the rankings, and people can see him. So I was kind of thinking he was going to be my little sneaky pick when I ran out of people.
I will trade you Magomed Sharipov for Kyoji Horiguchi.
Oh!
I will trade you.
Can we do this?
A first time on the draft. I think maybe we wait until the end.
No, I'm not taking that.
You're taking that. That's a valid.
I'm not swapping my number 2.
I'll keep cool.
For fucking, what is this, number 5 or 6?
I'm staying calm. This isn't a negotiation with Combate Global where I have to get heated. I'm going to keep myself calm. I'm going to keep myself cool. Take the pick, Jake.
Trying to I like Kasan Magomed Sharipov, but he's not worth Kyoji Horiguchi.
Oh, definitely not. It was a massive punt, but you don't hate the player, hate the PlayStation.
No.
All right.
Skull.
All right. Next pick from Steve.
This is where it gets a bit interesting, I think.
What number are we on? Sorry, boys. On 6 or 5?
Steve is on his 5th.
So, I think 14 of my top 15 guys have gone, but I'm not, or top 16, I think I should say 15 or 16. My number 14 is left, but I'm not as confident in this pick, so I think I'm going to move down a little bit. So, you talked about, obviously, Corley.
Howdy.
He took a bit of a pick off the wall and went for Tim Wilde. I am going to pick what?
Nothing. I just don't get the hate. It's great. I just don't get it.
Well, I'm coming to it. I am going to pick his teammate the most recent middleweight contender, of course, the brother of the UFC welterweight champion. I'm picking Fabian Edwards.
It's a great pick.
I wanted a UK pick as well. Yeah, I haven't got a UK guy, so.
And you didn't pick Aiden Lee. I just don't get it. I just don't get your brain patterns, honestly. I just don't get it.
Oh, back to me. Shit. This is where stuff gets difficult because there's a pick I would like to take, but wait, no, I can take him. Okay, I'm gonna pick Linton Vassell.
Oh. That was nice.
I was going to say, should I go with Bader? But fuck Bader, right? Linton Vassell all the way.
Fair enough.
Yeah, true.
If I have to come around and pick Bader, it's not going to look great. But fine, Linton Vassell.
I have Bader really low on my thing. I'm not picking Bader, don't worry.
Yeah, good. No one should be picking Ryan Bader. The fact that he's still heavyweight champion just speaks to how fucking tragic Bellator's heavyweight division is, for the most part. Except for Linton Vassell. He's fucking awesome.
If I have to endure any more slander on the heavyweight division, when Roy Nelson... Oh, he's not signed to him anymore, is he, actually? Ignore me. Yeah, fuck the heavyweight division.
No, who we got?
6 years too late there, Corley.
I know. I'm so outdated with some of Bellator stuff, honestly. Like, as you know, before we started, I think Liam McGinn was bloody signed. Oh, I've got the best pick next, though. I'm going to throw it there like it's the best pick.
Corley, who was your 5th pick? Because I completely forgot to write it down.
Oh, Magomed Sharipov.
Okay, who's his fourth pick?
Juan Archuleta.
I forgot Archuleta. There we go.
Wait, was that all my third pick? Mad thing. I have to get more tactical.
Okay. This is a tough one now, I feel like. Ooh.
At this point, we're kind of looking at more personal preference, I think, than
Yeah.
There is
for
one
sure.
person that no one has named, and I'm shocked, and I haven't named it yet, but he's like at the top of my list. I say I've got a list. I haven't got a list in here. And I'm just shocked. You're going to argue.
I think I might be thinking about the same guy as you, and I just don't know whether or not to pick him.
Yeah.
Because I don't rate him overly highly.
Yeah.
But
I don't want
it also, but I would also feel kind of silly if I didn't pick him.
We are talking about Peter Queeley, aren't we?
I'm going to be honest. I have Irish guys on this list, and Peter's not one of them.
Oh, big Peter.
Lovely chap. And I appreciate as well after his last fight ended in a no contest and his eye was pretty badly fucked up. He actually did come back and he did media. So yeah, fair play to him.
Oh, this is
Not.
tough.
I'm just not drafting him. That's all.
It's purely a business.
You don't want to. You don't want to. But the walkout. Think of the walkout.
Think of the walk. Listen, I have walkouts covered. Don't worry.
Ooh.
Do you know what? Cawley made a good shout there with Johnny Eblin. He walked out to Country Roads in Dublin, and it actually won him quite a lot of support.
It's going off for the next one.
And the fact that he was fighting a Brit.
No, people actually really liked Fabian in Dublin.
I'm just messing.
No, genuinely, that is a concern for a lot of Brits that are fighting.
Yeah.
It's not, it's just the English. It's just the English. There's a lot of Scottish and Welsh support.
Always the English. That's how
We
it
deserve
goes.
it.
That's it.
You know, I had to insult. I think when I was last stayed in Dublin, I had to insult Boris Johnson, which wasn't hard to do by any means. But
You needed to be asked to do that?
the amount of, I don't know, but the amount of shit that man was giving us, just me and my mate, for being English was unreal until I was like, you need to fucking wind it in, lad. And he was like, only play it. And then he was dead nice to us after that. And I thought, what is going on? I thought, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, scary, man.
Right. I am gonna make my pick. It's been I feel like I've had to regroup a little bit, have a look at what else we've got on offer. Because I feel like if I was I'm having to, we spoke about how personal preference comes into it, and really want a UK name to go on there, but I'm not going to go for that as of yet. I'm going to go for putting fan bias to a side and just a fighter that is a legit top contender in Bellator. I'm going to go for Logan Storley, who only 2 losses of his career are to Yaroslav Amosov, and I think we spoke to him before his last fight, and he was a lovely dude. So he's going on there for that. And the second pick in a row for me, another guy that is a lovely dude, has losses to some of the guys that are also on my list, which usually would make me not want to pick him, but he's just one of my favorite fighters to watch in the world, and that is Mads Burnell.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
I had him.
No. Oh, you crook. Oh.
It's so tough to weigh up when you look at a guy and you're like, but I could pick some of the people that he's been beaten by.
Yeah.
But nobody does it quite like Mads Burnell. So wins or losses, I don't care. He's a gangster.
He should never have been cut by the UFC. I honestly don't care. Like, he should never have been. Even if they cut him to recoup himself, he should have gone straight back to the UFC. There is no way. There is just no way still.
Yeah. To put into perspective my feelings on Logan Storley, on my want to pick list, I have him between Phil Davis and Liz Carmouche. I just don't want to pick that.
That's me.
He just doesn't have a good public perception, does he? Some of those fights have not been good, but the guy beats like everyone not named Amosov. Like...
I was in the building for that MVP fight. 1, it was dreadful. 2, MVP beat him.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Me and Jake did the live podcast for that.
We did, yeah. There was a big scoring debate with the people we had on in that space on like how much you should weigh fucking control time. But look, Storley's a good dude. I did have him. I thought I was going to get him, but I suppose not. I'm going to go with someone who has not been Bellator champion. Will more than likely never be Bellator champion. Very well may never see him fight again. But for the sake of pay-per-view sales, and I need to remember this as well, I am taking the one, the only, the mythical Cuban experiment, Yoel Romero.
Oh, yes, you didn't pick him. Good pick, though. I love
I
Yoel.
did a good pick, yeah.
When he takes his glass off, he's like, look into my eyes, man. I'm like, oh, shit, son. I don't look in there.
Like, at what? 46 years of age, he's still fighting for Bellator titles. That's pretty impressive.
What I love the most about Yoel Romero is he's the only man ever to pop up for tainted supplements ever and take them to court and win millions. Like, is the only man to do it. So it makes me always question, like, are those supplements tainted? Are they really? Like, because I don't think they are, mate. I think they've just been caught. I say this, if any fighters are watching and I've got it wrong, please tell me and I'll happily retract my statement live. What the fuck? But yeah. Osterine.
Filthy Tom Lawler shutting off this podcast as we speak. I love Filthy Tom Lawler. Shout out Filthy.
I know, Tom Lawler's a cool man.
It's my pick then, yeah?
Yeah.
See, you mentioned Romero. I look at Romero on my list. There is one more legend on the board that I have next to him.
Oh.
It's Peter Queally. Yes.
It is Peter Queally. Nah. But I don't know whether I want to pick him or if I want to.
I can see the Aiden Lee in his eyes. I can see it.
If I want to have a bit more of a fun pick than this man, even if he's one of my he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Fuck it, Gegard Mousasi.
Oh,
ooh,
yeah, great shout that. I love the Moose.
Great
shout.
Yeah.
I've completely forgot about Mousasi as well. That is a great shout.
I feel like people forgot about Mousasi even when he was champion.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, there'd be a Mousasi fight and you go, oh, Mousasi, yeah. Oh, he's champion, isn't he? That's
I did have to check if he was retired or not.
I really think he could have been UFC champ, I do. Because he left in the middle of his run, didn't he?
Yeah, he was at his peak when he left.
Yeah, he was on like a 4 or 5 fight win streak.
He just beat Weidman and then left, was it?
Yeah. I think they're all main event. I'm sure Dana White said, "Oh, he's not a main eventer," but I'm sure his last 5 fights were all main events of like fight nights and stuff. Like, so it's like
Weidman was at MSG, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was in New York, but it wasn't MSG.
Okay,
it was Buffalo, New York, UFC 210, headlined by Cormier versus Rumble Johnson 2.
That's insane that you just pulled that out of the bag. Please, someone fact check that, because if he's right, that's fucking cool, man. That is cool.
I hope he's wrong. No.
I hope he's not. I'm full of optimism for you, Jake. I hope we've nailed this.
UFC 210, Cormier versus Johnson, co-main event, Chris Weidman at the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York.
That's
what was the date? What was the date?
No, he doesn't know.
It was April 2017. I'm going to say April 7th.
Oh my god, April 8th.
Oh, fuck off!
That's mint.
No, but actually, I'm looking at this card now. Very sidetracked from the Bellator draft.
Oliveira versus Brooks. Yeah, no, honestly, look, nothing here. Oliveira versus Brooks.
Yeah.
Cote versus Alves.
That's mad, you know. Is that on there? Yeah. That's mad, you know. Something happened on this card for you, Jake.
Oh, I've forgotten the feature fight. What was the feature fight?
Cynthia Calvillo versus Paul Gonzalez.
That's it. And I remember there was a lot of controversy the day beforehand because Pearl Gonzalez had breast implants and they weren't going to let her fight.
Oh, was that card?
Yeah. See, I know shit, man. I know shit.
Fucking give me that, Jake. That was really
You have
good.
forgotten
That
a
was
legit
really
super
good.
fight on the prelims.
There was a what fight?
Like a fight that would now be like a legit super fight on the prelims.
Usman versus Strickland.
Yes.
Who? Oh, it was in Strickland. Mad. Mad
See,
team.
you know what? I really want to get.
This is a podcast in itself.
Yeah, I really want to get the MMA trivia cards that are coming out now, and I want to do them on an episode. They'd be so fucking good.
Nah, we need to do this on a live. Velvet Money Live, just throwing out events at Jake, and he just has to give us what's on the card.
I can do pay-per-views. I can do nearly every pay-per-view since 2015.
UFC Vegas 51.
Yeah, no, you can't throw Apex Fight Nights at me. That's just cruel. 51.
Oh, he's actually thinking.
Can I get a year?
I'm sorry to anyone who tuned in expecting a Bellator draft.
I'm just writing names down. I don't even know whose pick it is. Oh, it's Corley's.
It's fine. I've got 2, baby.
2022, Jake.
2022. UFC Vegas 51.
April 22.
April. That actually narrows it down. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bilal versus Luque.
Yep.
That's fucking wild, mate. No way.
Co-main
No way. That is so
Co-main.
good. Oh my god.
No, I have no idea.
This just speaks about Bellator's product that Jake's trivia is far more entertaining.
Co-main event was Caio Borralho versus Gaji Omagadzhiev.
Jesus, that was
A classic, a modern classic.
Modern classic.
Borralho. We need to talk about this. Caio Borralho loves an Apex co-main event.
He fucking does, doesn't he? He's so fond.
Right. Are we ready to
where
argue?
are we? Where are we?
Corley has got 2 picks.
We are doing this on a Velvet Money Live, though, Jake. So
You're all
Christ,
argue.
Man, we need to set up one for Christmas, New Year times. We'll think of a reason to do it. But if you want to make the whole thing just quizzing me, I'll happily do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm good to do that.
The award show is coming soon. We'll do that before Christmas.
Yeah.
My first pick of the 2 that you'll argue with me with, and I'm basing this off the fact that everyone's a free agent because the fucking company's been sold. So
no, that doesn't count. They're not free agents. They've all been.
He is still on the website. He's still on the website. He's still on the roster. I'm going with Michael Venom Page.
It doesn't
I'm
count.
throwing him in. I'm not allowed that pick.
All of the PFL fighters are all the Bellator fighters are under contract with the PFL. They honoured all of the contracts.
So Michael Page
left. No, Michael Page left months ago.
No. I want to see an article showing that before my pick is prove my evidence.
Okay.
Evidence me right now.
Michael Venom Page announced his free agency on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani.
I want to see it.
Have a look.
If I can't
17th of July, MMA fighting. Michael Venom Page announces MMA free agency.
It was on the website, bro. What am I meant to think?
I'm actually
in July.
Well,
I'm actually pretty sure if you want to Wikipedia and check his the little part about his free agency, I'm pretty sure VMTV is linked to it.
Of course it fucking
Yeah,
is.
we reported it. You got. I'm sorry.
It's not my fault.
If it was
so
really
much
recent,
happens.
then maybe. But it was like half a year ago.
It's all right. I've got a backup anyway. I'm gonna go for.
Head over to vmtv.co.uk for more stories like that. Hold on.
Yeah, come on, plug it, Jake. You plug that shit.
There's too many lights. I may turn on the lights.
Oh, you've ruined me. I don't know who to pick now.
There we go. Michael Venom Page announces free agency.
Who wrote that, Jake?
Jake Davis.
Right, I've got it. I'm going for James Gallagher because I like James Gallagher. So yeah,
okay.
I'm going for James Gallagher, and then I'm going for another bad man to hear me now. This man is so fun to watch. This man he's not my brother. He's no relation to me, but I think of him as a son. This man, he might even be older than me, but he's still my son. This man It's Norbert Navenyi Jr., baby.
Okay.
I
Do you know
love the
You
guy.
know who I genuinely thought he was going to say?
Who?
Danny Sabatello.
Oh, that was actually my next pick. I'm gonna have to change that now. That was actually my next pick. How have I not picked you yet? Mad thing.
Norbert Navenny, very, very good fighter though.
Yeah,
I accidentally gave him shit one time. Bellator. He was fighting. Well, I can't remember who he was fighting in February, but he got like a sick finish. And then one of his teammates was fighting, and he was kind of standing behind media row, like kind of shouting on encouragement and stuff like that. And I look back, I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him out of his fight gear. So I looked back and I was kind of looking at him and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He's just like shouting for no reason. I was like, man, like quiet down a little. And then my dad turned over to me and was like, why are you looking at Nervani like that? I was like, that's not Nervani. He said, yeah, it fucking is. Like, oh, I've been kind of giving him dirty looks for 20 minutes.
Jake beefing out fucking world-class athletes there, but go for it, Jake.
No, all of London Shoe Fight is going to come for you.
He's so sick,
Yeah.
Norbert, though. I love
Come on,
Norbert.
KSI. Put me on a Misfits card.
Go in. To be fair, I actually love their Misfits cards. Like I actually love them because, like,
we can't talk about Misfits. We do this every podcast.
We do. I'm not even gonna start. I'm dying to though, but no. Go on, Steve. Tell us what you've got. Tell us what you got there.
I have a couple of like high picks that are still on the board, but they've both taken some losses lately. I'm not particularly sold on either of them right now, so I'm going to look further down. I'm going to go to the middleweight division.
Oh no! Don't.
The mustachioed Canadian himself, Aaron Jeffrey.
I like Aaron Jeffrey, man.
Good fighter.
Good fighter.
He looks like a snowboarder from like the 80s, doesn't he? Like I love it.
Yeah.
He's a cool man.
Should be fighting Edburn next, if you ask me.
Is he? We'll say that. Of course, he's fucking not. There's no Bellator anymore, is there? But yeah. Very sad
Bellator
moment.
International Champion Series, man. We could easily see it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other middleweight in PFL.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah.
And I'm very happy that my team is the home of the Aarons with both Pico and Jeffrey.
I am gonna say, and I do this with a heavy heart. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going for it. Give me Liz Carmouche.
You are a bad motherfucker, Jake. You're a bad motherfucker.
Give me Liz Carmouche. Who at flyweight is beating her? That's what I'm saying.
But who in flyweight would beat her is also the question to add about that.
We'll see.
True.
We'll see.
It's true.
We'll see. But I'm saying in Big Dick Swingers FC, what women's flyweight is going to be beating Liz Carmouche. So there you go.
Fair enough.
If they're going all in on this champion versus champion thing, right? There isn't a women's flyweight in the global series yet.
Dakota, baby.
You have to use European.
What are the chances we get Liz versus Dakota?
Quite high, I would say.
I think Dakota would spank her sideways as well. And not one of those ways. I mean, like in a fight, obviously, for any creeps that are watching.
I think if they're going like full speed ahead with champions versus champions, and they need someone to fill in a fight Carmouche, I think it has to be Dakota if she wins.
Yeah.
If she wins, all right, impartiality from media member here. If she wins, I think she's a no-brainer. If her opponent wins, whose name escapes me,
Valentina Scatisi. Sorry,
that's it.
I cannot help myself. Wait, what pick are we on? Whose pick is it?
Jake.
My pick.
Oh yes.
Oh wait, Jake. Did you not just give?
Oh no,
Jake
picked Carmouche. Already forgot that.
Yeah.
Already forgot about Liz Carmouche.
That was more shocking than the Tim Wild pick.
All right,
Let's not go that far. He is a champion.
No, well,
the
Tim will
first
be.
pick I am gonna go for not one that I have super high up on my list, but one of those ones that again I think just makes sense when you look at his resume. 20-3, and his only losses are to Petr Yan, Rafion Stotts, and Patchy Mix. Is Magomedov.
See, when I was talking about the higher level guys that's still on the board, he was one of them.
That's what I'm getting to now, where I'm like, okay, these guys are like legit contenders. They're just not necessarily names that I think jump off the page. But
yeah, you might if that's your thinking, you might be taking the other guy that I had in mind too.
Ooh, well, there's a few.
There's another properly high ranked guy that's still on the board.
I'm
not quite sold on.
I've got a few in lower weight classes that I'm debating.
To be fair, yeah, bantamweight is a couple more as well.
Yeah, there's a few.
The aforementioned Danny Sabatello is still on the board.
Yeah.
I say that because I'm not taking boring wrestlers, so feel free.
Although Ryan Bader's still on the board.
Ryan Bader is still on the board.
The two guys, when I was writing this thing, they were on the pound for pound list, but they were instantly guys I'm like, I'm not taking them. Ryan Bader and Corey Anderson. Get away. No, I'm not taking them.
Yeah, I can bring myself to grab either of those. Which one to go for? I will go for do I go with what makes sense or what I prefer? There's a fighter that I really want to take, but his last loss is throwing me off. So instead of taking him, I'm going to take Adam Borix, who has had a great run in Bellator. Another guy that is pretty much homegrown in the promotion at this point. Only 2 losses to Darian Colwell and Patricio Pitbull, and some great wins in there as well.
Got a win over Pico.
Yeah, got a win over Pico, got a win over Mads Burnell, got a win over Jeremy Kennedy. All great wins. So there you go.
Fuck it. There's a few people that I want, but I'll be remiss if I don't take the last champion on the board. Give me Ryan Bader. Not happy about it, but look, he's still, former double champ, was a Grand Prix champion. Woo, Ryan Bader.
That might be the least enthusiastic pick.
Not take him.
Yeah, but also he's a champion. Yeah, I'm running out of people to pick though.
Really?
I have 8 more. Well, I want to save them for 9 and 10.
What number are we on now? 8?
It depends on...
Jake and Kyle have picked 8. We're both on 7.
Yeah. So Steve's next pick.
Okay. Let's see where I'm at. Okay. I am gonna take a guy I've been a fan of for a while. He's been in Bellator forever. All-time submission leader in the promotion. Fought at multiple weight classes. Goichi Yamauchi.
Great show.
Banger.
Goity.
There's a few that I was considering them, but I mean, a couple of Bellator vets and a couple of real prospects. But I think in terms of we talking about personal preference, he's my favorite fighter of the few, so I'm going to go for him.
Yeah, good shout. Corley, 2 in a row, and then you will only have 1 left. So,
well, Aiden Lee's obviously my last pick. So, no, I actually looked. He's not signed anymore, so I can't have Aiden Lee. So, all this has just been
He hasn't been signed for ages. He fought Andreas Binder.
I know, but still, I thought I'd throw it in the mix and hope no one clocks, because obviously he's a very highly desirable fighter.
He tried to pick MVP, so that doesn't stop him, does
it?
Leave me be. Well, these next 2 picks will fuck you all in the beep. But yeah, this is a really good. I actually really love these 2 picks. They've both come off losses, but I don't think the losses are bad losses, other than maybe one. But yeah, I'm going with Tafik Masayev and Anatoly Tokov.
Yep.
Whatever his bloody second name is. But yeah, I'm going with them two.
Who was the second one? Sorry, I was writing down Tafik.
Anatoly Tokov, my friend. Meine Freunde.
Tafik was the guy I was like kind of alluding to when I was thinking of like there's one really high ranked guy still on the board.
Yeah.
But I mean after a couple of his fights, he's done well in Ryzen, but after a couple of his fights, the Chablis deal especially, like
So it was only the Chablis he's lost, hasn't it?
I'm not too sold on Tafik, which is why I kind of skirted away from that. But he was on my list for sure. And Tokov's right up there on my list too.
Tokov's the man.
Steve, you're number 9.
Right, my number 9. So there are a lot of options at this point, and I don't know which way to go. But yeah, give me another prospect. Lucas Brennan. I'm really high on that guy. I'm not sure what his record is at the minute, but he's been in Bellator his whole career. Pretty much all of his wins have been via submission. He's 9-0. 9-0, 6 by submission, 2 by knockout. He's a guy he's been in the promotion his whole career. He's been in the promotion since 2019, but he's only just starting to kind of get away from the sacrifice hour and onto the main card. So I think he's still quite low down on a lot of people. Admittedly, that's not mine. I did steal that from a guy on Twitter. Shout out Mikey Bat. But yeah, that's why I think he's a guy that a lot of people maybe aren't familiar with, which is why everyone's just looking at me like silently now. But yeah, I'm really high on this kid. 22 years old, 23 years old now. Yeah, I'm very happy with this pick. And if you don't know,
right.
Now you know. That's not
what All right, then, chill out. For my,
I can tell that none of you know who that guy is, right?
Oh no, I know who he is. We got offered him on.
I didn't even hear you. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't hear who you said, and it was too late to kind of jump in and say, "Sorry, who was that?"
We got sent about him on an email.
Oh yeah.
And checked him out and was like, this dude's really good. He just slipped my mind as a active Bellator fighter, to be honest. Because I like you did, I just went through the rankings to make a list. So
my number 9, I was considering putting a ranked contender here, and as much as I like him, I don't know if I can see him winning the title, or he's not going to win the title. It's Bellator, but I don't know if I can see him moving on to as high feats as the two people that I am fighting in his place. I'm not going to say who I was going to say, not because I'm going to fear you're going to pick him, but I am going to go with Dara Kelly.
Oh, good show.
Real good show.
Undefeated amateur and pro. I'm pretty sure. He's won like 14 straight fights between amateur and pro. Absolute monster of a fella. The Mobile Mauler, I do see having quite a bright future in MMA. So I'm going to go with him. No, I'm going to tell you who I was going to pick because I really doubt any of you were going to pick. I was considering Carl Moore, who's like number 4 at light heavyweight. But I just don't know.
I'm surprised no one's picked Kieran Clark, to be fair.
Kieran Clark's good.
I like Kieran Clark.
But obviously, plug the piece I did.
I'm not going to pick him, Jake. You've got that.
With quotes from Bellator fighters about the deal. Dara Kelly was one of the fighters I spoke to on that piece, as was Goiti Yamauchi, who I just picked. So,
shameless plug
to a piece I did 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah. That wasn't 2 weeks ago. Was it?
I mean, it's 2 weeks ago I started it. It took a while.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, there was one guy on my team that I did speak to, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll get back to you. And then I messaged him again later. I was like, have you got that quote? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll get back to you. Then he messaged me the day after, and he was like, I can do the quote later. Never heard anything from him. I still picked him.
Dedication.
Oh,
Oh, a little bit of a there's dissension in the ranks.
yeah. He's gonna put this fucker on a prelim against the toughest opponent he can find. You know? Joe Silva style matchmaking, you know?
No, he can fight the guy I picked that read the message and just ghosted it. They can fight each other in like the first prelim.
Cock.
That's fair enough.
Why am I picking these people?
Yeah,
This happens at every. This happened in the last draft as well. I'm sure.
you should have picked Tim Wilde. Like Tim Wilde got back to you.
Tim Wilde was on the piece. Tim Wilde got back to us.
Tim Wilde is a respectful man. That is why a man of courtesy,
That's
a man of
why I
decorum,
thought
for God's
That's
sake.
kind of when go back to the start of the podcast when Corley led with Arlene Blenko. I was like, yeah, that's cool. She's like a nice person. That's why I didn't like. I mean, it's Corley, so I'm not going to doubt any pick that Corley makes.
Thank you, Steve. I mean, it means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you. I'll sleep a lot better tonight, I think.
I mean, that's not quite the that's not quite how I intended it, but
Oh wait, is it my last pick now?
yeah,
No, it's Kyle.
No, we got to get all the way back round to you because I still got to do my 2 picks and then we go all the way back.
Sorry, Kyle. Silly
So,
me.
My final 2 picks. The first one I think is a strange one because when I first considered it, it didn't really make much sense. And then the more I looked at his record, I was like, oh, maybe it does. This is a guy that was one of the kind of poster fighters for Bellator in the dark times, and I think maybe because of that doesn't really get much of a spotlight now. But I'm going to take Andrei Korshkov. Incredibly, only 33 years old, and is on a 5-fight win streak. Admittedly, 2 of those fights are outside of Bellator, but the last one was with Bellator.
I thought we could have sworn he was pushing 40.
I thought he was.
His record is 27-4, and his losses are to one to Lorenz, which he just avenged, Douglas Lima, and Ben Askren, and those are his only losses. So I feel like Korshkov, for some reason, slipped under the radar completely. I didn't even realize he was still a Bellator fighter because he's been having those fights elsewhere. But
that's insane.
His last fight was in Bellator against Lorenz Larkin, so I'm going to take Korshkov, which pains me to say because there's a fighter I've had to miss out on my list who was originally really high up, and I couldn't do it because there's another person that I've had reserved for number 10. Again, a little bit under the radar because he hasn't fought in over a year. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but I was so excited when he signed to Bellator for him to make a big impact. So my number 10 pick is going to be Soren Bak.
Oh, tasty.
And that's my list.
He lost to Charlie Leary and the judges screwed him, but sure. Charlie Leary also on that piece.
Last guy to beat Paddy though, right?
Yeah,
he would be.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling good about himself now.
Beat Morgan Charrier as well. I've always been a big fan of Soren Bak. I thought he was really good. And
perfect option for PFL Europe next year.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, so I hope that happens. He's 31 as well, so that even though he hasn't fought in over a year, he's got time on his side. So yeah.
Now number 10, Cawley almost ruined my whole thing here. I'm going with Kieran Clark. Again, another fighter with a bright future. Even if he was at risk of being taken there since I got exposed, but I'm gonna go with Kieran Clark. And that rounds out Big Dick Swingers FC 2023.
Okay. The final 2 picks.
Come on, Steve. Give us the money pick. Give us the money pick.
At risk of pissing off Corley because he might pick him. There's a few names actually that I could go for that haven't been picked yet. I'll list a few because
he might be one of mine.
We'll do it after. We'll do it after Corley's pick. We'll
it's literally only Corley, so whatever.
Yeah, it's true. You can fuck me over if you want, Steve. Anything for the content. You know what I mean.
It would be helping you if anything.
I've got my last pick.
Okay, you might not after I say mine.
Oh, I will.
Ooh.
I'm worried now. Who have you picked? I've just nearly shit myself then as well. I hope that's not been.
I'm picking someone that I think I'm picking someone that's right up Corley Street.
Oh no!
Prospect in the light heavyweight division.
Oh no! This
Luke
is dangerous.
Trainer.
Luke Trainer, yeah.
Now, he was actually on my list, but I took him off for this person.
Oh,
Which is probably a bad
So
shout now
close.
you've said it. And they
See,
said it
like,
out loud. I'm a bit.
yeah.
So, since it's come down to me, So, my first
Who
final
are we
pick,
giving the wooden spoon to? Go on.
it was going to be Vitaly Minenkov, because I thought, why not? And then I thought, not a good pick, that Chesney. So then I thought, oh, Slim Trabelsi. I thought he's a good prospect coming through, quite good, but can't pick him. And then I thought, there can only be one man. He was born in Turkmenistan. He resides in Kharkov in Ukraine. The former ACA and ACB light heavyweight champion at Fight Team Club Alibi. He trains. Sorry, I'm just reading his tail of the tape, so I thought it'd be dramatic. I can't even fathom what words they're saying in front of me. It's the light heavyweight, 21-7, Dovlejan Yashimuradov.
He's actually banged that pronunciation, to be fair. I thought he was gonna fuck it.
This is the first time this has ever happened on the draft. I ain't got a clue how to spell that. So
That's exactly why I said it. It was a strong candidate for that reason.
Yeah, he's on my long list, but I did have to copy his name from Wikipedia.
So it's DOV. You might have to check me now. I might have it wrong. DOVLETDZHANYAGI. No.
I'm so lost.
It's Yashimuradov, isn't it?
Yeah, YAGSHIMURADOV.
I was lost like so early on.
It's the last pick. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It does
Every
matter.
pick is
It's like you'd have
just
to
as
write it
important
off.
as the first pick. Because these are fighters with feelings, and we don't want them to feel like they were the last pick.
Can I get the name one more time?
Dovlejan
I'll find it on my list. Here you go.
Yashimuradov.
Can you see that? Is that clear enough?
Dovlejan.
Right in the middle. The really long one.
Yashimuradov. DOV.
There's a like little.
Hold on,
look at the
someone
long list.
put it in the
DOV
chat.
DOVLED.
No, DOVLET.
HD
Let's try it out. Does
ZIV.
that help? Nope.
No, I don't know.
You
Somebody
can see
put
which one
in
it
the chat.
is, right? It's a really
It's
long
in the-
one.
it's in the chat
No,
there.
I can't read that at all. There you go. All right, thank you. That's
No.
very helpful.
Sounds like a fucking Harry Potter character, though, doesn't he? Dovlejan. All that good shit.
Honorable mention, if you'd like to. I had one. Now I've forgotten him. What's his name?
I mean, I can just I've got a long list, so I can just kind of run down in order the people that are still on the board.
Honorable mention: Levan Shokali. Got an awesome knockout in Dublin. Big fan.
Also, big shout out to Simon Byong. Man is the man. Man is the unit. And Alfie Davis. How did Alfie Davis not make the list, man?
It's
on-
your
he's
list.
on
You
my
tell
list.
me.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't on your list, to be honest.
He's on mine.
The one that I really had to bite the bullet on, because he's had 2 back-to-back losses now, which is just difficult to, no matter what I think of him. But Mansour Barnawi, I really wanted.
Yeah. I can't
I
believe
thought you were going to say Sabatello.
I nearly went with Sabatello, and he was on the short list, but
So let me go down. Sabatello, Jeremy Kennedy still on the board.
yeah,
Big
legit,
jazz.
like,
Dalton Roster, Leandro Higo, Patricky Pitbull, Jalen Bates,
Jalen Bates, man.
Timur Kizriev, Brent Primus, Linton Vassell.
No, somebody picked Linton.
Yeah.
Jake did.
I did.
Cool. Sydney Outlaw, Douglas Lima, Lorenz
Yeah,
Larkin.
Lena's just not that good anymore, unfortunately.
Valentin Moldovsky, Cody Law, Steve Mowry, Henry Corrales, Archie Corgan, Sullivan Corley, JJ Wilson, Islam Mamedov, Gaji Rabdanov, Corey Anderson, Phil Davis, Enrique Barzola, Juliana Velasquez, Kana Watanabe, Elimele McFarlane, Naaman Gracie,
man, forgot about her.
Kai Kamaka, Brennan Ward, Austin Vanderford, Darian Caldwell, another one for the not
Is
that
Caldwell still signed with Bellator?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just not
I would have
fighting.
taken.
We have to go.
Okay.
Sabah Hamasi, Roman Feraldo, obviously known for those knee knockouts. Emmanuel Sanchez.
Right. We're gonna have to. We need to wrap this up. So
Pedro Carvalho.
Yeah, no.
right, I'm gonna quickly run through the top 10 lists for each of you guys, and then we will close the show out. So we will start with we'll go in the order. So Corley's list. You've got Johnny Eblen, Jason Jackson, Tim Wilde, Juan Archuleta, Kassan Magomed Sharapov, James Gallagher, Norbert Novenyi Jr., Tofik Musayev, Anatoly Tokov, and Yakshi Muradov.
That was so
list.
nice, Kylie. You said that. That was suave, bro. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Steve's list, you've got Patchy Mix, Chris Cyborg, Aaron Pico, Patricio Pitbull, Fabian Edwards, Gegard Mousasi, Aaron Jeffrey, Gota Yamauchi, Lucas Brennan, and Luke Trainer. Very good with the Patchy Mix one, I think, was where we were all like, and it happened last time as well when Corley didn't pick Leon, and we were all like, that means Steve gets Leon. For
he picked Eblen this time.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that
if he picked Mix, I was going to take Eblen or Usman. So
yeah,
they were my top three, and then Nemkov 4.
Jake's list starts with Vadim Nemkov, Koji Horiguchi, Alexander Shabley, Sergio Pettis, Linton Vassell, and you've got Yoel Romero, Liz Carmouche, Ryan Bader, Dara Kelly, and Kieran Clark as well. No slagging anyone off on his list this time too much.
No, a little. You know,
it did sound like you were having to take a couple of the picks at some point, but like that run of you picking Yoel Romero, Liz Carmouche, and Ryan Bader, incredible. And finally, my list: Usman Nurmagomedov, AJ McKee, Rafian Stotts, Yaroslav Amasov, Logan Storley, Mads Burnell, Magomed Magomedov, Adam Borics, Andrei Koreshkov, and Soren Bak. That is about it. We'll get people to drop comments and stuff like that for who they think had the best list. Was there any of the names that we didn't put in that should have been in there? Because it was tough trying to pick between some of those fighters towards the end. It got difficult. And we'll make graphics and stuff like we did last time to post those up on socials, so people can compare our lists and stuff like that to who they would have picked. And I think that just about does it for the Bellator draft. I'm sure we will get together to do another MMA UK one at some point. I feel like we should do that, kind of maybe not annually, but I don't even know how long ago the last one was now. But I feel like we should do that every
it was around
about a year, a little less.
I like the idea of weight class drafts. Like, we should do a lightweight draft. That'd be cool.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, good idea.
Right, award show coming up too. Award show coming up.
Yeah,
yes.
award show coming up. Probably towards the end of the year. I think probably after Christmas, because UFC 296, and then that could change. Well, that could change so many of our awards that we're gonna have to wait for that.
We need to we need to get the voting out kind of the week after that, and then
we can get it done.
Sweet. Right.
No,
I will catch all of you later.
Shalom, young warriors of Gondor.